Alright guys, and welcome to another clueless vapor review. As you can see, I'm dressed in the correct attire because I vape now. So, there is a reason why I'm dressed like a twat this time round. Not that I have many reasons to dress like a twat, which I usually do, because we are looking at vape tricks from Prairie Artisan ales. Now, I've never had a Prairie beer before. I know they're like Prairie Bomb and then they've got all these weird and wonderful stouts. But when I saw this, I mean, the artwork alone sold it to me. I think that's absolutely stellar artwork with some vape tricks. And as you can clearly see, I've got those 6 skills, yo. Steam train. Anyway, so yeah, I picked this up from Optimism a while back now. It's actually been aged a little bit. I don't know why I just never got around to drinking it. So this is basically a sour ale aged on cherries, clocking in at 5.9% ABV. Brewed and canned by Krebs Brewing Company, Krebs OK, which is Oklahoma, and distributed by our friends at Shelton Brothers. So is Prairie just like a name that they've got for their beers, or is that the actual brewery name? I'm not too sure. But yeah, it's a brewery that I've wanted to try for quite a long time, and now I finally can. So yeah, 5.9% ABV beer. It's chilled down in the fridge. Vape Tricks B-29971. So not sure exactly when this was brewed or when it was canned. And I believe I picked this up from optimism.co.uk, so Linkle Dinkle is down below. And yes, I will be an extra twat in this review, I can assure you. So anyway, without any further ado, let's get this beer opened and see what we get. So, using my Dead Crafty Beer Company glass, because I am dead crafty, of course, as you can tell by the outfit. I'm just missing the beard, which is a real shame. But we could rectify that and draw out this joke even longer. And look at that, it's fizzled down nicely. A lovely sort of, it reminds me of cranberries almost, cranberry juice. But yeah, you definitely get that cherry vibe coming through this one. That is murky as hell, you can't see through that at all. It looks a little bit more chalky on camera. But yeah, head has dissipated pretty much instantly. It's like a glass of, almost like of grape juice, almost. But yeah, it's looking really, really nice actually. I was going to get a novelty mustache and put it on, but I'm not going to now. So instead, I shall take another hit. If I could remember where the button is. I'm so used to it, you know what I mean? Makes me giggle every time. Jesus Christ. Anyway, so let's see what we get on the nose. Sorry to the guys at Prairie for this review, by the way. And you get that funkiness. Getting a load of woodiness in there. But yeah, you do get that really nice cherry. It's nice and tart, not too much so. It's not stinging nostrils or anything like that. But yeah, it's really a mellow beer actually. It reminds me of pink lemonade almost. Like a cherry soda almost. But yeah, it even has that sort of like grapey, like red wine sort of vibe going off about it. But it doesn't smell boozy or anything like that. I wouldn't expect it to at 5.9%, but yeah, it smells really, really nice. Nice and balanced, not going off into too many directions. So yeah, let's see what it tastes like. Chin chin. And it's tasting just exactly as I thought it would do. Do you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of like a slightly tart cherry cola. You get like the residual almost balsamic vinegar flavour coming up on the back end. but again, not too much, not too sharp, not too puckering. It is more of a light sort of sourness. Do you know what it's reminding me of? You know, like the jelly sweets that are covered in like the sour sugar. It reminds me of like the 2 cherries. Do you know what I mean? It's got that sort of like cherry flavouring vibe about it, but it's not really too synthetic. There's no like synthetic edge to it. It just reminds me of that. But yeah, really nice and crushable beer. It really, really is. You get that slight earthy woodiness that I was getting on the nose. I'm not sure if it has been aged in barrels or if they aged it in a different way. It doesn't really specify. But yeah, it's a really nice, simple, approachable sour beer. It's got like the subtle hints of like a Flounder's Red Ale in there, with a little bit more of a fruity character. Lovely, peppery, earthy hop notes in there as well. It's crisp, it's light, it's got a slight, very pale biscuity sort of flavour in there also. But yeah, it's just the right amount of tartness and sourness. Even though I do like it sometimes when beers do like make you like scrunch up and, you know, cry for daddy, but this is really nice and simple. All joking aside, of course. I really, really like that. It's like an adult, like, pink lemonade. That's the best way I can describe it. And the only thing is, the more I'm drinking it now, a little bit of an acidic build up on the back end. So even though you could just down this and crush it, especially in like the humid weather that we're having now, you might just want to take your time a little bit so you don't get acid reflux and you end up like shitting yourself or something like that. Does everybody else get that when they get acid reflux? I don't know. I don't make the rules. Yeah, I like that. I like the simplicity of it. Although there was part of me thinking, oh, it's a Prairie beer, might be a little bit more special. You know, not every beer has to be like, whoa, you know, smashing you in the face or anything like that. But this one of those beers like you can introduce a friend to. And it's got those like very subtle wine characters in there as well. So again, very easily accessible and tasty. You know, it's got the fundamentals of a sour beer. It's tasty, it's fruity, you're getting those cherries. It tastes good. And I would happily have another can of this. I'd like to try this base beer that they have aged on different fruits. I'd imagine they might do that, I'm not too sure. But yeah, in a neat little can. Lovely artwork throughout. I need to find out who's designed that because that would make such a great t-shirt. Even though, can you imagine me in a pink? Well, you probably can because of the way I'm dressed now, but yeah, I love it. It's really nice and simple. Oh, it tells you the artist is. I can't read that properly. Colin Healey or something like that? I'm not sure. His name and links will be in the description as well as Prairie, so you can check him out for yourself. But yeah, that's absolutely wonderful artwork. And the beer inside is really nice as well. And yeah, really glad that I got to try this beer. I definitely want to try one of the, you know, the well-known stouts from Prairie, because I've heard that they are the bee's knees. And yeah, lovely stuff. In terms of a rating, I'm going to give it a very solid 8 out of 10. I'd happily have it again. And I think the price I paid for it, it's not too bad for an American imported beer from a really well-established craft brewery. So yeah, if you've tried this one, then let me know your thoughts, opinions. Are you a fan of the brewery? Are you a fan of these sorts of beers? Let me know in the comments. If you know, I was going to say if you know anybody who's tried it, let me know. It's like, what the fuck? Why would you ever do that? I don't know. What I was trying to say is, if any of my friends and fellow beer tubers have reviewed it, then I will put their links down below. And yeah, if I remember to, I'll put a playlist for all my sour reviews. Wibble wobble. And yeah, check out Prairie, check out Optimism, and hopefully you haven't unsubscribed because of this mess, even though part of me strangely likes this, so I might annoy people in public like this. Good for a day out in Manchester, I suppose. Anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for putting up with me. Links in the description. 8 out of 10. Definitely have it again. And I'll not only raise a glass to you, but I'll also take a hit for you. See you guys later.